Guys are just so blatant with it. Like, it's not a speed detector. Bro, you're hiding tag readers and a flock camera underneath of it. Like, you're hiding, yeah. If you see these and you could do something about them, move them. If they're in your neighborhood, get rid of them. Do whatever you can to get rid of these. These are to read your tag, bro. You wonder why your car got repoed and you had no idea? Because that caught your tag and that caught you which way you were going, and the flock camera on the corner saw you turn onto your street. That's how they got your car. That's how they knocked on your door with a warrant. Bro, they're just blatantly doing it. And people in society aren't even paying attention. That's supposed to tell people what the speed limit is, and a little gun is supposed to tell them how fast they're going. Now they're just dropping flock cameras on them and putting them on the corner of streets, and you guys are just riding around and not even realizing what's happening. And you put in a built-in little, you put a hole in the top of this and built in a little GPS and antenna to come out. Like, bro, this is, y'all just be doing shit, bro. Crazy.
This camera system is tracking way more than people think, and it's probably already in your neighborhood. Most people think these are just traffic cameras, or they're your HOA, or they only matter if you're committing a crime. It's called the flock camera system. They're usually mounted at neighborhood entrances, apartment complexes, shopping centers, parking lots, and even on the side of the road. They don't flash, they don't give you tickets, and they don't pull you over. They quietly record your license plate data, what kind of car you have, where it was going, and when you passed. The data is often shared with local law enforcement and in some cases, federal agencies. So even if you're not being investigated, your car can show up in somebody else's case. Flock can be used to make arrests, but it's usually not used to make immediate arrest. It's used to build timelines. Who was near a location, who was passing through an area, or who was near before or after something happened. This usually doesn't require a warrant at the collection stage. That's why people are shocked when they learn that law enforcement already knows where their car has been. This doesn't mean you're in trouble, but it does mean that modern surveillance is a lot quieter than people realize. So save this and share it with somebody who doesn't know what flock is, and follow for more explanations of how the system actually works.
This is not modern surveillance. This is mass surveillance. America is turning into a police state. A mass surveillance system has been installed right in front of our faces. It's been implemented right in front of us. People aren't even paying any attention. They're not even second guessing it. They're not even thinking about it. They're not even turning a blind eye to it. They don't even realize what's happening. Tracking people through their cell phones wasn't enough. The police already would identify somebody by their GPS and by their phone pinging to the cell phone towers. That's not enough. Now they got to track you through flock cameras. And it's deeper than just tracking you for the purposes of if you committed a crime. That's how to get the average Americans. It's for the criminals. Americans think, I'm not a criminal, I got nothing to worry about. Yes, you do. You have a lot to worry about. This is just the first step, y'all. Remember, they slowly implement things so it seems normal. Before you know it, you are now a part of a dictatorship.
Literally, why does Anna have a flock camera literally facing the kids' splash pad? I mean, it's literally right here outside the gate. I just don't understand it. Why do you need a flock camera facing kids? I mean, it's like literally right here. That shit don't make no sense.
And isn't that illegal? You're supposed to need the parents' consent to film their children. Crimes against humanity are happening in broad daylight these days.
In 1713, New York passed a law that said Black and Indigenous people could not be outside after dark, unless they carried a lit lantern. This wasn't a curfew, it was worse than a curfew. You could be out as long as you were visible, as long as anybody at a distance could see exactly where you were and track you moving through the night. The watched had to carry their own surveillance. Light yourself up at your own expense at all times, so the watching cost them nothing. Historians call these the Lantern Laws. It was one of the first surveillance laws in America aimed at race. And if you're wondering whether the lantern system got abused, I feel like you already know the answer to that. Abuse was the operating system. The law came about a year after an uprising. It was a crackdown from day one, under the guise of safety. Right. Any white person could stop you. The lantern didn't protect you, it just made you findable. And in 1741, after some fires broke out, that watching machine went into panic mode, and New York executed around 30 Black people. 13 burned at the stake. on testimony historians say was mostly fabricated. That's what surveillance systems do when they run hot. They don't find danger. They manufacture it out of whomever they were built to watch. Keep all of that in mind, yeah? Especially later when a CEO says humans make bad decisions. Because the reason I'm telling you about a candle from 300 years ago is because of a black box on a pole near your house. You've driven past it 1,000 times and never clocked it. A solar panel on the top and it sits by the road like a utility box. It's a camera. It photographs every car that passes, your plate, your make, your dents, your bumper stickers. And it feeds into a national network that a police officer 3 states away can search. All without a warrant. They can find out where you sleep. The company is called Flock Safety. About 120,000 of these cameras have been placed all across our country. Police departments buy them. The HOA can buy them. And they're networked. The camera your town bought isn't just your town's camera. Billions of scans, no warrants required. No federal law governing it.
120,000 of them. There was an uprise when Black and indigenous people just had to walk around with a lantern. I'm saying just because it wasn't to the extremity of how it is now. There was an uprise against that. Fast forward, 2026 comes, there's 120,000 of these flock cameras and nobody's saying nothing. There's no pushback, nothing. Although I don't agree with protesting, it really doesn't work. There isn't even a concern, is what I'm saying. Nobody's concerned about these.
Even though that really wouldn't make me feel much safer. 18,000 police agencies, each one writing their own rules, if they even write any. And before somebody says, oh, it's okay, the UK has cameras everywhere. Yeah, okay. That's a different machine, my friend. British CCTV records footage that somebody has to go watch. It's split across thousands of owners, and is governed by an actual privacy law. Flock doesn't record your street. It catalogs you. One company, one searchable index of everybody's movements. No warrant, no federal law at all. The honest comparison isn't London, it's China's network tracking system. Except China built theirs by government mandate, and we're building ours through a sales team. One HOA at a time. Nobody voted. The machines are just arriving. It was sold to your city with a beautiful pitch. Solve crimes, find missing kids. But keep in mind that lantern was sold as safety too. And last week, the Washington Post published what this network is being used for. The Post analyzed police and court records nationwide.
Yeah. America is China 2.0. China was the testing grounds for this mass surveillance system. They already accomplished it there. Now they know that they can accomplish it in other countries. Their cameras track everybody 24/7. They have a social credit score. This is what we've been talking about on the channel. This is how close it is, y'all. This is not something that's far-fetched. These things that I'm telling y'all are either already in place to begin or have already begun. Many people don't know about it. Little people know about it. Few people. And not really many people on YouTube are talking about it. Remember, Agenda 2030 is only a couple years away. We're about to be going into 2027, 28, 29, 30. We have about 3 years left. I just want to bring awareness to y'all. It's going to be time to pack y'all bags and go. I'm hoping we're working towards that. I'm hoping we all are.